This week's Parshat Yitro, is a jam-packed Torah portion. Parshat Yitro begins when its namesake, Yitro, the Midianite priest who was also Moses' father-in-law, hears about the great miracles that Hashem performed and ultimately comes to the Israelites' camp in the desert. Later in the Parsha, the Jewish people gather at Mount Sinai, and on the 6th day of Sivan, just 7 weeks after Yetziat Mitzrayim, God gives them the 10 commandments. These 10 statutes include some seemingly logical laws, such as do not murder, do not steal, and do not bear false witness. However, as Nachmanides points out, the first commandment doesn't really fit the general trend of these decrees. While the other 9 commandments truly are commandments, the first principle, I am Hashem your God, isn't really a commandment at all, but rather just a mere statement. Nonetheless, Maimonides, in his Sefer HaMitzvot, ascertains that belief in God is indeed a mitzvah, and he employs the first commandment as the biblical source for our obligation to have faith in God. 15th century Portuguese commentator Isaac Abarbanel lent some insight into this dilemma. Abarbanel explains that the first commandment isn't actually one of the 613 mitzvot, but rather it serves as an introduction to these mitzvot. Before Hashem issues the mitzvot and the 10 commandments, the Jewish people need to first accept him as their God. Without first acknowledging Hashem as their God, all of these laws would essentially be meaningless to the Jewish people. I would like to point out something I find a bit curious. Yes, it is the belief that Hashem is our God that gives the mitzvot meaning. However, often, the mitzvot are the thing that spurs a person's belief in God. In so many instances, we see people who don't necessarily believe in God attend a shiur or just keep 1 or 2 mitzvot, and that is the thing that really sparks their acceptance of God. They first see the beauty and the modern-day applicability of the mitzvot, and only then realize that Hashem really is our true God. Maybe the first commandment, I am Hashem your God, isn't actually a prerequisite to the mitzvot, as Abarbanel suggests. Perhaps this first commandment is actually the goal of all the mitzvot. Shabbat Shalom.